Okay,
You're still talking the colonizer tongue, which is kind of gross, but
yo aprende
I mean, you're
español
speaking the rapist tongue, which is,
en
I guess,
la
cool.
región de Basque.
I mean,
Y
you are no fucking Basque, nothing. Like you talking like a Castellano Spaniard, like a fucking colonizer asshole.
pero
So you need to turn your thus into sus, otherwise.
digo ya.
Keep those thus sus, bro.
Where should I get it? I guess. Digo ya.
She did.
España.
You know, I met this beautiful Basque boy named Ramon in the UK when I was staying there, and he hated the Spaniards. They had a rebellion apparently, like they were murdered, the Basque people.
Yeah, the boss, they they're like have their own designs on succeeding
But
secede
aren't
from
they like
the
the
nation.
Taiwan of Spain? Like, isn't it like Spain's like you're mine,
Well, I mean,
and they're like we don't want to be yours, and
it's
they're
not
like
quite Taiwan because they're
it's a
part. It's more like
region.
Tibet. It's more like Tibet.
Yeah, more like Tibet. Do you see the
Um,
Dalai Lama tell that boy to suck his tongue?
that was a while ago, but yeah, I
No, but
did.
we never talked about it, and I'm not trying to bring it, but we've never talked about it, and ugh.
I'm pretty sure, like,
I don't know why we act like a celibate man is gonna be not gonna be a weirdo.
I think one of the things is he's also like many of the leaders of the world these days, like old and senile, and so he just is doing crazy shit, and no one's really like bringing it up because he's the spiritual
Divine.
leader of several couple billion people or whatever.
Listen, this is the thing. Fucking, I'm telling you, I don't think this Pope's gonna make it. I think this Pope's gonna retire.
Oh, I'm sick of these popes retiring. Die or fucking get off the pot.
I mean, the moment you retire, your whole storyline is bullshit. You can't. You can't, according to your books. Sorry, you can't. Hi, YouTube. Oh my God, I completely forgot. We went live and we have yet to start a show.
Yeah.
Well, I was packing up marijuana, so I'm sorry. But I'm here now and I'm present. And let me just get this chat box popped out here just in case anyone shows up,
You never know. You never know. It might be Alan Strickland Williams. He says he watches the live YouTube feed, which I love.
Does
So
he?
we know. Yeah. He's a big fan.
I
He likes to see our beautiful faces.
love that guy. Watching you guys in the audience was great, but
Could you see us?
Oh yeah, perfectly.
Yeah.
But him wearing my merch, that's what I'm saying. Saul was like, I can't fit in your merch anymore. I'm like, well, the strike needs to end because you need to buy yourself a new big hoodie.
Does. Yeah.
You need yourself a shame hoodie. You know
Or
what I mean?
he should cut slits in the side. Cut slits down your face and wear that. Wear your slit face on his chest.
My slit face. I don't like that. I don't like what you're saying. Casey, do you think we could do a show for the fine folks? Yikes. That sounded like you should have done that a few more times.
Is that allergies?
Or is it the cigs?
I'm not smoking cigs. I think it's the vape.
What do you mean you're not smoking cigs? As of when? Because you were smoking
yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
I thought you meant.
What are you trying to spin here? Because listen, I would very much like to stop smoking cigs.
Let's do it.
I mean, and honestly, I feel, well, let's do it. Let's do a podcast because honestly, we're just gonna keep doing bullshit. So let's give you a 4, a 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet with 2 gay hosts, one of whom is the current reigning runner-up for the Drag Queen of the Year pageant 2023, Tony Sala. Oh, and the other one, me, Casey Lai.
You know what? I'm always second best. There's never.
All right.
Second place is fine. Second place is fine.
No, this is good. This is good. It wasn't meant to diminish. It was meant to raise you up. It's a great achievement. Honestly, the fact that you didn't fall off a ladder, you won in my book, you know? And I don't know if you all were there or tuned in to the live stream, if you couldn't make it live, but Tony Soto this past week performed in the Drag Queen of the Year competition, Alaska Thunderfuck's giant drag pageant occurring during Drag Con, one of the biggest drag events in the world.
Yeah.
And Tony was almost won. Tony, to be real, we're no, not even a shade or anything. You have countless people incredibly proud of you. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, no, it was a fun time. It's so funny because people I don't know that a lot of people agreed with the results of the pageant, which is typical with pageants. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be a sign that is disappointed. Unfortunately, this time it's my side. So, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for people to be saying that. Shout out to Nikki Giz, who did win. She did a hard work. She had a beautiful package. I don't want to diminish, but I love how people they come up to you and they're like, "How are you?" Like, and I'm like, well, no one and me or no one else are dead, so we don't have to tiptoe up to her.
Yeah,
and truthfully, I feel like I won. You know what I mean? Like I didn't win the 10,000, but I did my first pageant ever, something I thought I would never ever do. I executed it flawlessly. Like I won a category, I won presentation, which I knew was going to be strong.
Yeah.
My talent was strong. I am confused on how I did not win the talent because I believe that my talent was phenomenal, but that's me as an artist and as someone who you worked with me, you helped me write that script, and you directed the fucking 4 minute and fucking 45-second performance, so you knew how much work went into it.
Yeah.
And what was so interesting to me is you're making it when people will support you no matter what. Because the amount of people after the fact came up to me and they were like, girl, I really couldn't see it. Like in my head when you were telling me what you were going to do, I really didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if you had something. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And you just let me do it. And you just let me fucking do it. And that made me think it's either A, people are terrified of me, which I love that, or B, people don't necessarily see my vision all the time, but they know that I will be able to execute something that will entertain the masses.
I will admit to when you first told us about it being like, it's going to take a lot of work to make that work, because it was a lot of moving parts, and it was distinct parts that needed to be connected, and you did have the vision, and for whatever work that I put on it, it was your vision, and it was it all came together. And
I think that people fail or sometimes forget, my background is theater.
Totally.
And directing is my forte. And the thing, I don't know how to do much, but I know how to dictate and I know how to get things done. And look, like the thing that made this the most difficult, outside of, what kind of hindered us during the whole talent shit was because we were laboring under, we're probably going to have to do this on a track.
So
a full track, which means that because there are sound cues talking and sound cues.
And I want to be clear, when I doubted you, it was because of the fact that there was a track. I mean, it was like the cues were going to have to be hit
Well, the pageant had such a
to
bad
a
experience
yeah,
last year with the theater itself. I heard that the people who with the theater that ran the tech were not there for the performance, and so the cues were very bad. So when
that's
this first
crazy.
started, I was like, well, I'm going to need cues.
Hmm.
And they were like, ooh, well, we would like you to keep it all on one track. So that was my like stress the whole time during that. But that's really all we had control over was the talent. So we initially got it because like I practiced it fucking like crazy.
Yep.
But the biggest headache is waiting for things to be finished. Like that's it. Because I don't do a lot of stuff on my own. And so I'm at the mercy of people. When you're at the mercy of people, even if you're paying them, you know, you can't really press too much, you know what I mean? Like, because you don't want him to be like, I mean, listen, the world today, everyone is fucking focused on their feelings more than anything. If
Sure.
you hurt a
And,
feeling,
and if you piss them off, they'll shoot you with a gun in the face.
I mean, who knows? You
You
very
know,
well could be
it
shot.
might be a confetti gun because they are, a drag adjacent performers and all that, but still a gun.
But this was a
Fucking
great
face.
experience for me because I think a lot of people truly I feel like there is some honesty to my talent. I do think, I mean, I say it all the time. You know, I'm very self-deprecating with my humor as a drag queen. Like I'll say I'm mediocre constantly. I'll say that I'm not good. But like I know that when I'm hosting a show, people are like, "Well, that's not true." But no one's ever seen me in that capacity. No one's ever seen me come out and try to be a showcase amongst other trophies. You know what I mean? So,
Well, what I mean, when it comes down to it, Tony, all that people want to see when they're watching someone on stage perform is they want to see that person believe in what they are selling to an audience. And it doesn't, so you get like choreography, all that shit is fine. And if the person is selling it, even if it looks, like sloppy, that doesn't fucking matter. You have humor, which you can't teach. You have timing, and you got that confidence. You got that joie de vivre.
yeah. And I heard that I stole a joke.
It.
And I heard that I got a joke in first. I heard that, and actually from the winner, because the winner of this show, I guess, also had a gag about like singing live in their talent, but
Yeah.
I just happened to be able to go first, and so it kind of deflated their joke a little bit.
Yeah, they still won the pageant, but yeah.
They still won, but it's the little things, you know what I mean? It's the little things where you're like, yeah, well,
should have stole that crown.
And I would have. I really think that I would have had I had a confetti moment at the end, I guess. Like that's all because but I thought I thought the stunts were just at the beginning. I didn't know that you could continuously do stunts.
Well, now you learned that you didn't do enough to win and you let us all down.
I let everyone down. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry.
I will say two things. One, imagine how insufferable she would be, everybody, if she did win. So I look forward to the next pageant where now that she has the humility of knowing what it feels like to lose, maybe she will win graciously. This would have been terrible if she'd won her first one. We'd be suffering for months.
I mean, I lost less than 6 others.
You did lose less than 6 others, and yet it's points like that again make me realize how bad it would have been if you had actually. And honestly, I've talked to various friends of ours. They all agree. One,
I completely agree.
My proudest moment, maybe ever, that we've had in our friendship. Various proud moments. An entire theater full of people chanting your name after your talent. That was it was thrilling to have that experience. Knowing how much I helped on the talent, I was a little, no one was shouting Tony and Casey, which was a little hard for me, but I was happy.
Yeah, and no other contestant got that.
No.
Meatball got it, but she's also a local hero because we're just happy she's still alive.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, it was a great night for everyone involved, and honestly, I'm pretty sure you can still buy it on. You can buy the live performance streaming.
yeah, I wish
from their
I knew
website.
that
So
info, but like I know that if you go to Alaska's Instagram, I know that she has things posted. Like I know that she has the link somewhere on there, and you can watch it for the next 30 days. And truthfully, it looked lovely. Like I was watching what was happening up in the screens, because that's what the viewing audience got, the streamers, and I was like, well, that's some really good transitions. Like it looks really good. I'm not gonna pay to see it because I did it, but the clips I've seen, they're pretty fucking good.
I had several people text me after you finished who were watching on the live stream, just like ecstatic for what you did. So.
Oh, I love that. I see. It's so funny because it's the fact that the entire it was open to the whole world. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
anyone could watch it, and so that was cool.
And I texted back. Well, I wrote a bunch of those jokes. That's what I texted.
You also tried to cut a few.
Yeah.
This is all what I also learned that as two very funny homosexuals, we have different approaches to our funnies. And I think that your drag or your humor for drag is very game show oriented.
Oh wow. Well, we're just sorry that I want to get you on TV so you can make some actual money. Sorry.
But here's what I'm asking listeners. Settle something for me and Casey, and then we could move on to other things.
Are we still fighting over fucking clackety clack?
Is it clackety clack or is it clickety clack? What do the gays say? Because I know that the RuPaul song, and since that's where you get all your fucking inspiration,
No.
It's clickety clack. But I said clackety clack because I love you and respect you as my director.
Anyway, maybe you're right, but honestly, clackety clack is funny nonetheless. I don't know why it became such a fucking fight for you.
First of all, it just was unnatural for me to say. It wasn't a fight. It's just literally there are things.
It was more like that. I honestly had to interrupt because it was more like clackety clack, 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 clack is what I was going off of, not like which I've seen all over the place. Okay. Not just on a game show, and the thing was, it was just kind of supposed to be more of a throwaway line, and you made it into, a really big deal every time. Talked about it. Honestly, our listeners don't even know what we're talking about. So let's move on to some other clackety clack. Jesus.
Well, that's. I think it's clickety clack.
I think it's.
I'm thinking heels. That's all. Heels. That's the sound that you make is clickety clack. Anyway, thank you.
Is that why you lost? Do you think?
Thank you for the part that you played in helping me lose.
Do you think the A instead of an I?
Thank you, because your lack of dramaturgy played a pivotal role in me losing, I'm sure. I'm sure all the judges were like, did he just say clackety clack?
I'm pretty sure.
What kind of fucking dense faggot?
Pretty sure all those drunk, stoned, high judges at the 2003.
Yeah, come on, judges.
Just on
back a little bit.
That was hilarious. And honestly, Alaska is an amazing host. I have to say, and Detox was very funny, and it was the most straight up live performance, hard drug jokes that I've seen in a really long time. So
yeah, I thought we said that drag wasn't dangerous. I mean, don't you tell me there weren't some little kids watching cocaine humor?
There was a lot of cocaine humor. Yeah, and everyone, the gang was all like, Where's she going after the show?
But nary a protester up front. But I bet there was a couple white supremacists hate watching it, being like, "See, you see, you see."
Did you see that little homosexual on the bike who rode up in Washington to a
You're losers.
fascist rally and was like, "Cargo pants are out."
Look, they're all mismatched.
It was very funny and very brave, honestly, I have to say, and it's like, part of me is like, I love that queen, but also it's like they went viral and it's like, oh, now they're going to be a fucking target. And I hate how many people are constantly targets, but I guess that's bravery in the face of fascism.
Yeah. I mean, and look, the thing is there's a lot of it coming out. Have you seen like Marjorie Taylor Greene? Like, did you see what she said about the Ice Age?
No, I'm sure it was scientifically sound.
She said something, and I'm not quoting because I can't sound that stupid, but basically she was like, yeah, in the Ice Age, how much taxes did they have to pay to melt all the ice? And I was like, who?
The thing that really grinds my gears.
Tell me what grinds your gears, Casey Lai.
Is that these people think they're funny. Like, I'm sure she was making a joke. I'm sure Margie thought she was making a joke.
No.
Yeah, come on. She knows cavemen didn't pay taxes.
There was no, no. But no, I'm telling you.
But no. They all do. But they do. They think they're funny. They think they say own the libs, and they think the crowd laughs.
A lady she was questioning some lady about abortion, and the lady said cisgender, and she says, "I don't know what that is. There's only two genders. I don't know what a cisgender is. There's only two genders." She's just sitting there. And she was saying it, and now.
Yeah.
Let's get into the fuck of what's happening right now, because look, we are. I do not think we are in trouble. I do not care about this debt ceiling. I think that this is something that they are literally hyping up to distract us from some other awful thing that they are fucking doing right now. Because look, why would we be shocked that America can't pay their bills when Americans can't pay their fucking bills? Like if the people can't, it would make sense that our stupid fucking country wouldn't. And what it is it's literally infighting and a hostage situation. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. First of all, am I going to lose my drag queen job because of this fucking debt ceiling? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Do you care about the debt ceiling? Are you concerned about this? Do you think it's going to be as nuclear as they're saying?
I think it sounds like they're, going to have some sort of compromise that'll leave everyone upset, which is what a compromise is. To me, it is like one thing with your logic that is a little wrong is that we can pay our bills as a country. This is half of the leadership of the country refusing to pay. No, I get it. That is honestly, it's just stupid and it's childish because it's like it just has to happen. If you want to have a long-term fucking conversation about the debt ceiling and and debt, that's one thing, but to not pay the bills that you've already accrued, is a bad look for anyone. They
don't know government though. Like we've talked about this on this show all the time. They don't know how it works. They think that it's a bargaining chip. And the thing is now they had Trump, who was doing that CNN town hall when it was like talking about the debt ceiling being like not used as a bargaining chip. He's like, why'd you say that? And he's like, well, I was president then. Well, why don't you think that now? Because I'm not president. It's like that's the kind of mentality it is. It's all just fucking taking shots at the expense of the American public. And that's why it's like I think that ultimately they're gonna fix it. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna get fixed. Yeah. But it's been hyped up, and we're supposed to be frantic about the situation. But then you have the Speaker of the House who's like, it's a real simple fix. All you have to do is say yes to everything I fucking want. And I'm like, it's like, that's not how it fucking works, bro. And it was interesting. I saw this TikTok and this person was like, if capitalism is so Right. If that's what we should be doing, why do we have to bail it out with socialism every 6 years? Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I'm so tired of hearing Republicans talk about spending when all the spending it is the increase in deficit that Trump put onto this country. Like, he wasn't he wasn't a low spending Republican. Let's fucking be
Yeah,
honest.
no, and it is super annoying. Again, I mean, I agree. We talked about this before. It's like Republicans are great are at giving the economy a bunch of juice to make it look good for a bunch of years, and then it crashes. Because that juice is economic cocaine.
Yeah.
And cocaine's fun for a bit, and then it crashes, and then the fucking mommy party is like, don't do cocaine. We're gonna, we're gonna get a nice bed rest and have some chicken soup. And sure, you'll get better gradually, but for the long term, you'll be better if you can just stay off cocaine. And America's like, no, I fucking want the cocaine, and that's why we elect Republicans again. And that's basically economy 101 from someone who understands.
See, you can get your education here.
Yeah, but I like when the debt ceiling, like the thing that sucks is poor people are going to get screwed either way, because if we don't raise the debt, the economy will get fucked, and then
But poor people are already getting screwed. So it's like the thing is, it's like look, inflation is going down, but it's still high. Groceries are fucking still very, very expensive. Fucking gas is going up and down, up and down. Like the weather is fucking crazy due to climate right now all over this fucking country. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. This just this is such a fucking. How do we start holding Republicans accountable? And maybe it's starting to happen. Maybe it's starting. I mean, like there's been, but what blows my mind is that like Republicans are talking to the country and to Democrats like, oh, you got to be more fiscal, you got to be more moral, you got to, and literally Trump was found liable for sexually assaulting that gossip columnist,
E. Jane Carroll,
um, and
Jean Carroll,
and George Santos, not to be outdone, indicted on 13 felony charges himself.
I mean, keep him in Congress. Then there was that,
But then you have the MAGA mouth breathers, the Boberts, the fucking Marjorie Taylors, the Matthew Gates, the fucking all that shit, muddying shit up, like just saying the stupidest things they can to people.
It's astounding. It's astounding to me, but that's the way it works. It's only going to get worse with fucking, with like, I don't know, like AI deep fake, like the world coming out. No one's going to know what's real anymore. You can say whatever the fuck you want, and then you can turn around like literally 30 seconds later and say you didn't say it. And you're right. I don't know. I don't know how we re-indoctrinate correctly, 100 million people in this country. Who
we move, like Casey.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, this is a failed experiment. I don't know. Listen, I do not know. And I'm holding myself to this because I do not know what I think is keeping me here. Like because
drag pageants.
Yeah, big things after that. Second place really gets you the deals, but like it's like what are we doing here? Like it's exploding so in our faces as we're sitting here. Like they're literally making it hostile for our community in particular. Like marriage equality is. If we don't have a huge turnaround, and there's small signs, like they have that Republican voted somewhere in Texas, Jacksonville, Florida. I mean,
basically Texas,
basically Texas. But after fucking decades of having Republican mayors. It was swapped. I mean, by an adulterer, but who cares? I love that. Make them more
Who's the
real.
adulterer? She's
Is
an
it the
adulterer?
lady? Didn't she like have an affair?
Oh, that's the least of my concerns.
Least of my concerns either, but it
Seriously.
fucking makes her real. It makes her like a goddamn Republican. It makes it look like that's okay. Well, that's not an issue anymore.
I was
You know what
surprised she was a
mean?
Democrat when I saw her. I thought she was Republican because she's a bleach blonde Florida babe, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that they voted correctly down there. Thought the peroxide got into their brains like Margie. But I'm happy to see that's true. Yeah, and also in Colorado Springs, a bastion of fucking militarism and family values, elected. I don't even know if he's a Democrat. He's just not a Republican. He's a black man in Colorado, and that, like, those are good things. I mean, Jacksonville was the biggest city in America to not be run by a Democrat. So like, good to join the ranks of failed cities.
Yeah. Have
but-
you been to Jacksonville, Florida? Do you know it? I've never been to anywhere in Florida, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know it as well as some of our friends who are literally from there.
Is that where Alan Strickland Williams is from?
That's where Alan's from. Yeah. And Rob Harrington.
Alan, I need to know what Jacksonville, Florida looks like.
Yeah, Alan, can you chat bot in right now?
Yeah.
It is. I don't have a lot to say from like a knowledgeable standpoint of the city. I just know, northern Florida, is the South.
But Florida's a shithole anyway, dude. Like, all the Mexicans are gone. All the
but that's the thing. It is like, I mean, like, is this a referendum on what DeSantis has been doing for the last, ever since he was reelected again? Literally doing what it can to drive Florida into the sinkhole of American states.
But it's bullshit. It's bullshit is that because of his bullshit immigration policies, all the immigrants have left. And now, well, what's great is we get these videos of watching white people try to do Mexican work, and we know why they don't. But, like, this is going to turn around on liberals. This is going to become a Democrat problem because, listen, y'all not getting your tomatoes. You're not getting them. They're dying in fields. They're going to be a fortune, the tomatoes, because Florida does, I think, like 60 or 70% of all the fucking tomatoes in this country. So you're not getting tomatoes, but that's going to become Biden's problem when it's fucking DeSantis' bullshit. And that's what pisses me off. It's like, because people are so focused on Biden being old and stupid, and they're like, oh, well, we don't get tomatoes on our salad. It can't be fucking DeSantis' problem. It's got to be Biden's issue.
So here's my, intuitive position on the next 2 years of American life.
Hunker in, everybody.
It's gonna be rough. And because Trump is gonna be the nominee and things are gonna look really scary and fascist, but it will be rejected at the polls. He'll lose bigger than he lost in 2020. And we just have to strap in for how bad that will be. But then he will be gone. He will dissipate. He'll never run again, and it'll be a lot of bluster, and a lot of people will die in gun violence because but that's not new. That's America.
We're gonna get one of his kids, unless they go to jail.
But every see what this DeSantis was supposed to be the next Trump.
But we're not done with Trumps. Is all I'm saying. We're not done with Trumps. Like, the Trumps will. The Trumps.
Yeah, but the 6'8" fucking the young is gonna come up. I don't like that tall of a Trump. It's not good for anyone. A Trump being that tall. But I'm not worried about him.
We didn't even talk about Giuliani. Oh my God!
You may spend a lot of time on your pageant up front.
We have run. Well, listen.
And you came in second place. Imagine if you had won, we'd have done the whole damn show on it.
I would have been taking the day off, honey.
Took last week off to prepare for it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, I took 3 weeks off of the Tony Soto show. Like, fuck me. Well, listen, I need to smoke a cigarette. So we gotta end this show. Casey, you want to tell our friends what you're up to?
Sure. Is this airing Thursday?
Yeah.
You can see me tonight in San Francisco at California Jack's on California Street in Nob Hill, across from the Trader Joe's. Come on down. Me and Kasim Bentley putting on a show. And at the Punchline on Sunday, this Sunday, I'll be at the Sunday Showcase. And then more to come in what's the next month? June.
Pride Month.
All sorts of stuff coming on.
Yeah. Y'all, if you like GPHH, then let us know by subscribing to our iTunes page and rating the show, leaving a comment about the show. It always helps. I am second place in your hearts, but I am first place here in LA. So you got to come out and see me every week at Stash West Hollywood for Battle Babies, where I can now officially 100% totally judge babies because I've actually done a pageant. So
can I just say you're first place in our hearts, but technically here in Los Angeles, you were second place. I just like, if we're being technical about it, like you're in my heart, you're number one.
You can also follow Tony Soto Productions on Instagram for anything and all things me in drag. Or if you just want to see what I'm up to, then follow me at The Tony Soto Show on Instagram and TikTok.
Imagine if I was just a fawning fan. It was like, oh, I got a little thing about you. You need some pushback.
Did you see how I do have to say that I think that I really handled it well because, after the show, obviously they did a meet and greet with the winner. And I was like, oh, well, there's going to be some upset. So I did my own meet and greet in the front.
Wow. I didn't see it. We had left by that time.
You didn't even wait around.
I wanted to, but
you didn't even wait around. So I went around to the front and then I got all of my accolades. So bitch did it right. All right. We'll be back again next week. Bye. Look at us doing things.